Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, on the panel. There's a one and only bridge man and Big George Logan. Evening, gents.
How's doing, boys? All right? How's doing tonight?
All right, George, your good self?
Aye, good. Aye, the battle fever's definitely starting to build New Ox. It's a few days to go and it's definitely getting there.
Getting there, pal. Can I just say a big good evening to the boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
It's a strange one, George. I mean, obviously, we mean you're still young men, you know, and Bridge is a bit slightly more mature, you know.
What you like?
And you just get this feeling that for a game of football, can you describe it, George? It's mental.
See, this one is, I think it's because we've had the international break, Ox. The first game back, I think there's a couple of games tonight, and there's a game on Friday night and that, but our first game back is Sunday against them, and it really will start to build up. It's only Wednesday. If there'd been a game on, if we had a game that weekend there, we'd be building up straight after it, but you never really had the game to build up to it. So I think now we're starting to build up. We're Wednesday, we're going into Thursday, we're really looking forward to the game. The manager's had his press conference today. Things are getting said in the paper. That lot are starting to say bits and bobs in the paper, and I've seen a couple of headlines today. So it really is starting to build up. I'm really looking forward to it. Also, really am.
You get us. I mean, Bridges' missus said to him tomorrow night's tea, steak tartare. He said, "No, I just want my meat raw." You know, so Bridges, he's getting there as well, isn't he, big man?
Very good, Ox. Yeah, that was quite good. That I just like it raw. Yeah. No, I'm doing well, thanks. I'm really, as George said there, we're getting closer, and the feelings start to go up and up and up. I just feel seriously.
Between us, we've seen hundreds and hundreds of these games, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean literally hundreds, you know. Why do we get so? What is it? How does it start so early? Why do you get so hit up? Is it the heart ruling the head, Bridge?
I don't know if it's quite like that. And as far as heart ruling, it probably is when it gets right down to it. The emotions run high, and they take over. And if we could all get our sensible heads, just swap over to our sensible heads every time, we would do well. But we can't do that. Wurzel Gummidge will only give us his sensible head. So,
I can't believe Giovanni Van Bronckhorst could get one team last
I know. Just when you, I'll tell you what, he's not the only one. Ronald de Boer, you know, there's just loads of them. We'll see what the 2000s come up with tonight. You know, it's that'll be interesting to say the least. No, I'm as George said, I'm up for the game. I'm just sad that statements came out from Club 1872, and yes. They had been in. Have you seen it? I heard about it.
I read it, mate.
Yeah, I was just going to say they've don't know if anybody else has heard about it. They've tried to negotiate alternative times for the club, for the supporters to meet and go to Celtic Park, but they've been completely knocked back by Celtic and the police, and of course Rangers as well, because they've got to say they're all together. So they've had meetings with them, a couple of meetings this week apparently, and they've been knocked back. So it's just, excuse me, it's the safety arrangements, and the police apparently the policemen have guaranteed that they'll not be getting attacked when they come out. There'll be a lot better safety as they come out. All they're going to do is keep the Rangers fans behind for an hour. Basically, that's all they'll do. Keep them inside the stadium so that when they go out there's nobody there, you know. I think that's shocking.
I'm hoping that when the third one goes in, George, when we go 3-0 up, yeah? And they leave, that our boys can have a wee party in there for an hour and have a right good time.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. So let's be honest about it. How good would it be to see us only fans in that place for an hour having a bit of a party? I mean, that really would be the icing on the cake. That would be everything they wanted against that. Everything the exact opposite they would want for us to be in there doing that. After Alfredo's got his hat-trick and he's standing there in the centre circle.
Oh, George, you've been ridiculous now. Alfredo only get 2.
Oh, is it 2? Is it? I had a different news to you last night then, But no, what you're saying there, Ox, I mean, Ken, why is it? We've had hundreds of these games, and some of them have been quite poor games, some of them have been excellent games and things like that, but it's still come the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're building up. And you always get to that one. It's the games on the Sunday, and you come the Thursday night. You're like you've got one more sleep to go. You've got two more sleeps to go. You're no sleep on the Saturday night before it, and it's still that big. Doesn't matter how far ahead they were of us or how far ahead we were of them. It's still that big, massive game. You didn't know how it's going to pan out. You look forward to it, and it really doesn't matter who's ahead. Who's the favourites or whatever it is. It's a derby game. It's the biggest derby, and I don't care about anybody. It's the biggest derby in the world. Always will be the biggest derby in the world, and that's why we get so hate up about it. It really is.
I mean, I haven't been there when there's been 850 or whatever it is, but I've been there when we had 2,000 tickets, mate. And fortunately enough, I think we won 2-0. Gascoigne scored, and I think the New Year's game Peter do a nothing each draw. It was about the same support. And also, I think I was there on a Wednesday night, from memory, similar crowd, and McCoy scored a header in the League Cup at Parkhead the same year. I think Gascoigne came, 94, 95 season. From memory, that's from memory without checking out. So I've been there with very little support, but it'll be interesting, as you rightly say. I think it's JFK, it's been saying just stay safe, it's important, it is important, because we want everybody coming home for football the same way they go. Just a bit happier, Bridger.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, just listen to what you were saying there, I think modern day, i.e. this last 5 years, is a bit different for when it was even when you were going in the 2000s, for instance, even back to the 1990s. Slightly different. In fact, the hatred wasn't as bad. The hatred today is just something that nobody understands it. Nobody can get a grip of it. It's incredible. So I think even to be honest with you, to add into the thing about Club 1872, the report on the crush at Celtic Park came back, the police report, and it says there was no fans injured due to the crush, but people were climbing the wall and fell. They were climbing the wall to get away from the crush and fell. So they've injured themselves that way. But it's a whitewash.
Suicide bombers.
That's it. It's a whitewash, Just nonsense, Just utter nonsense. And
Listen,
that's one of the reasons why I say
right
now I would give you.
They're a club that can't. We've made mistakes over the years. Yeah. We've had tremendous tragedies within our club, and we'll never forget them. Yeah, but we're big enough to own up to our mistakes. We try and deal with things properly. They're a despicable club who treat their fans and every other football person with disdain. They put things hidden in their skeleton that they're not big enough to come out and apologise for. And eventually, their house of cards will fall, mate.
It's strange you should say that, because I noticed that Crewe Alexandra came out, was it today? They've came out and said
that. You're talking about, Bridge. You can call me up.
No, I'm just saying to you, they've come out and said that they're going to pay out. They're going to pay out anything rather than go to court. So
I don't know what you're talking about, Bridge.
I'm denying it as well.
But I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash. Anyway, there's a kicking in, George, and I mean that they're a club like no other. Safety of their fans.
Of course they are, Ox. I mean, just that what Bridgeman said today. There was no fans hurting the crush. No fans hurting the crush. The fans got hurt trying to get away from the crush. So there was a crush. I mean, just even the way they word things and things like that, they're just backwards, Ox. And see this week, I mean, I don't mind talking about them this week because it's about us versus them this week, and that's fine. But I really can't be bothered of anything to do with them, because the least we have to do with them, the better, Ox. They're our biggest rivals, and it's as simple as that. They're my only rivals. Let's be honest about it. Aberdeen and the Great Pretenders, Hibs and all these want to be Rangers rivals because they want to have a bit of name for themselves. But this is the biggest derby. This is the one you look forward to. And like I said the other night there, Ox, I didn't like during the game. I really didn't. I've never ever really liked during the game, unless you're on top for the very first minute. But it's a right nervy affair. But building up to the game, after the game, and things like that, I love every single bit of it, Ox. I really do. And that's when I didn't mind talking about them, because you're building up to a big event.
I've never seen them go up the park, George.
What's that, sorry?
I've never seen them go up the park.
The only watch one way off. You're quite right. You're quite right.
Aye, it's a funny game, Bridge, but I mean that. I mean, as you said about that report, I mean, geez, it's just everything's deflection and hide. I don't know where to get it. It must be the schooling. But things will unravel and the cream always rises to the top, Bridge Manor.
It does indeed, and let's hope it continues that way, because at the moment we're the cream. And, you know, it should always be, truth be told. But I just thought I'd get it out there and tell you what I've read. There's three main stories.
Trust me, it'll not just be us, it'll be talking about it in the weeks to come.
Yeah, I hope not.
Right, so if people want to join us and gain their thoughts, what's the number, Bridge?
Well, the number's 01413561972. 1972.
I hope my rant wasn't too much there, Bridge, was it?
Not at all.
Sleep. It's like a sleep.
Do you think that's what it is?
Oh, tell me what it is. Where else can they join us, George?
You can join us on line on Skype at Rangers Radio Online, and you can. I think it's Urterre. I'll bring them in and teach them everything they need to know. And it's all about the Rangers.
Callers coming in. It's a Mr. Van Bronckhorst.
What happened to me?
Bridgeman can take this one.
You know this call, Bridge.
I love it, boy. I love it.
And Mr. Colin Steen's coming in for the 70s team.
Aye, quite incredible, isn't it? Quite incredible.
That's what we're saying, Ox. I mean, we're kind of going to talk about it after the tunes and that. But when you're actually thinking about the teams last night, you could have had two teams, and both teams would have been as good as each other. I mean, we went for Andy Gorham, Stephen Clough. You could have went for two teams, and they would have been as good as each other. I mean, a guy like Arthur Newman getting left out of the team for Davy Robertson, who was also phenomenal, to be fair to him. It's absolutely frightening. And when we're talking now about guys, and I don't care what anybody says, that lot are there, have won the treble 2 years in a row, whatever it is, they've won, or 6 titles in a row, whatever it is, they've won. There's not one of the guys in our team as well, or their team, would get into any one of the teams you mentioned the other night. That's how far Scottish football's went back. I mean, that's the standards. The standards are as your Hibs and your Hearts and that way back then, is what that lot across there are now. And they're talking about being treble winners and all this carry on. They're not even a patch on the team that we had all the years ago. And that's just, it's the whole of Scottish football. It's not just Rangers and that lot are there. It's the whole of Scottish football. It's not even a patch.
You're here, George. You're here. You're here. Yeah. They've been culpable with some of the decisions. And one thing I did agree with the Tartan Army, just quickly, I would gut the whole of the people running Scottish football from top to bottom. Anyway, we've been joined by our first caller this evening. It's the one and only Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening, Oxchair. Evening, Bridgeman. Evening, George and Fox.
How we doing, mate? What's on your mind? Listen, just before we go any further, you got a note for last night?
I have indeed, yep.
All right, did you give it to Fox?
I heard that one before.
I was tired. I'd been out fishing and I was tired. I actually had my laptop on. I fell asleep, lads.
I must have been when Bridge was talking.
No, what it was, Ox, honestly, it'll sound daft. Because of the wind blowing off my face all morning, it's like weather beating. It done me in, you know. But here,
that was sitting in the canal.
Aye, I was listening to.
Have you been out tickling trout with Fox yet?
Well, I've been out tickling. I don't know about the trout. But I was listening to the show today, a rerun of the show today, guys. Wait till you hear see a certain big guy. He wanted Ian Ferguson in front of Barry Ferguson. Oh no, no for me. And leaving Van Bronckhorst out. Oh my! See when you think of the players.
No, I tell you what, that was Oxtear's fault. He left Van Bronckhorst. Everybody wanted Van Bronckhorst in, and Oxtear said no, you're not getting in.
But it was true what George was saying there. I mean, you could have had 2 or 3 teams out of the players we had.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Oh my! They were good. They were terrific players.
And actually, when you looked at it, they underachieved, if that makes any sense. They were that good, they underachieved.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you take the likes of Gascoigne and Laudrup, they probably were one of our two of our greatest ever. When they played for us in Europe, guys, were record in Europe under with they two on the team was absolutely horrendous. And you just wouldn't have thought that, but we never seemed to do it in Europe at all when we had they two.
I think the trouble with they two is we opened up and got caught.
Aye, definitely.
Anyway, what's on your mind, mate?
Well, I was going to ask you, Ox. I know, obviously, we hear them for what we've heard today for our manager. It certainly looks as if Barisic is definitely out, so you would imagine it would be Halliday. You have any ideas what you think the team will be? Do you think it'll be much the same as what we've been playing lately?
Good question. Before we hear from the manager, we'll pull in one of Scotland's finest football and radio men. Any ideas?
If there's a boy
Jim White.
Ferguson.
Jim White.
We'll be joined by JFK. How we doing, JFK?
Evening, chaps and chapesses. How are we all doing tonight?
How you getting on, Jimmy?
All right, Jimmy.
I'm doing well. Bridge, Blue Star, Oxchair, and our George and Fox in the background. How you all doing, guys? All right?
Yeah. All right, mate. All right.
Battle fever's on.
Blue Star's a bit red down the one side.
Well, I heard he was away fishing. I'd rather have jaggy needles stuck in my eyes, man, going fishing. I don't understand it at all. But anyway, I was going through the archives and that today, guys, and I came across a game that I wish I'd spoke about the other night, and we'll see how many years were at the game. 1980, 2-1 to the Gers. Alec Miller's goal.
August 1980.
Yep. They get a goal chalked off.
If you look right behind the goal when Miller puts it in, you see me jumping up.
Did you have hair then?
Loads of it.
Right, okay, so I'll not recognise you then. But what I did that was, being it, and as you said, Oxy, I mean, there was 8,500, maybe more than that, in that.
18,000 then, mate, in the Rangers end.
And it was an absolute joy to behold. They were 1-0 up, weren't they? And then Jim Bates scored, and then Alec Miller scored basically with the last kick of the ball. Murdo McLeod scored a goal that was chalked off, and it was talked about for weeks, about 3 weeks. That they were
I think they're still going on about it, mate.
So, Jimmy, can I just ask you, have you changed your headset? Because your sound isn't quite right.
Your sound is as if you're on a kludgy, mate.
All right, I don't know what that is.
Listen, we'll give you a chance to sort it out. We're going to hear from your manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
I'm going to mute.
He's maybe get some feedback on how everybody's come back for the international break, and then we'll take Blue Star's question. How do you think they'll line up on Sunday? So get yourself a mute, lads.
I think first and foremost they've obviously done well before the break to be called up, and it's great to obviously see them getting international recognition. But from my point of view, I'm just sitting at home hoping they all come back fit and available. Obviously we've had a bit of a setback with Bonner. He's got a hamstring problem, which makes him a huge down for the weekend. So that's disappointing. But the rest so far seems to be okay, which is my main concern, is that they come back healthy and ready to go to the weekend.
For some, for example, Stephen Davis getting minutes, getting a goal, that I guess that can only do him well at this stage.
Well, he was getting minutes before the international break. He played 90 minutes for us, and he's been building up and looking a little bit better and a little bit sharper. But I'm sure he'll benefit from the 290 minutes. I'm sure it'll do his confidence the world of good, and he's come back in healthy, and he'll be available for the weekend, which is good news for us.
And even at the younger age groups, Zach Rudden, for example, one of 7 in the Scotland under-19s, getting a hat-trick, and to have those number of guys in that sort of level is excellent for the academy.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We've got a number of young lads who are doing extremely well. Zach's one who I've got a lot of admiration for, someone who was very keen to go out and play and be involved in the man's game. He could have stayed here and been quite comfortable. But he went out to test himself, and he's done extremely well. He's someone who's very selfless, works his socks off, And I do see a future here for Zach. You know, he'll come with us on pre-season, and depending on how he does and how he looks and how much he's improved over the 12 months will determine on what part he plays next year. But in the last couple of weeks he's done well, but it's been no surprise because he gives you everything he's got.
And for the ones who've been back here at the training ground, has it been a good break for them in terms of both rest and what things they're able to work on?
Yeah, we gave them a couple of days after the Kilmarnock game to wind down, and then we came in and pushed them hard. I think we've done 3 sessions in 2 days and pushed them physically, and then we gave them a long weekend to have another break with the families and freshen up. They've played a lot of games. It's that stage of the season where you don't really have to put the hours in on the training ground. It's more about maintenance and ticking over, and hopefully they'll be fresh physically and mentally going into the weekend. But yeah, they trained well yesterday again.
And just finally, for a fantastic cause, how much did you enjoy your experience at Anfield on Saturday?
Yeah, I loved it. I always like to play my part for charity, you know, to get the invite to play in front of a full house for great causes locally and around the world. I'll always give me time up to do that, whether it be for Liverpool or Rangers. You know, last night I was involved in a Q&A at Ibrox for 3 hours as well. I really enjoyed that. You know, I do like to give some of my time back for good causes, and yeah, I really enjoyed both occasions.
All right, thanks for that, folks. Well back, gentlemen.
Yeah, indeed.
Back in.
Well,
Back
George,
in. How's that? That sound all right?
That's a bit better, JFK.
Cheers, mate.
George, we've got a problem with the left back position. Andy Halliday's the obvious choice.
I don't see it as a problem, Ox. I really didn't. I'm not just saying that because it's easy to say, oh, we didn't need him anyway. I was going to chuck my girlfriend anyway. One of the ones, no. For me, Andy Halliday, I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. I wouldn't have said it at the start of the season, Ox, and that's me being genuine. But now, I think we're going to find the space for Andy Halliday, and that's not just because the game on the 29th. Stephen Gerrard said that. I think at one point he said he's an unofficial captain and things like that. I think you need somebody like that in your team. Andy Halliday left back for me. I'm delighted with that. I know that Andy Halliday could take a roasting. So could Boris. So could also have a good game as well. So for me, if I had the choice between the two guys, you had Barisic or Andy Halliday. Andy Halliday's got a bigger heart for me. I think Barisic is probably the better football player. But for me, I would go, if I had the choice between the two, I'd go with Andy Halliday anyway. So I didn't want to see the boy injured, but I'm happy to have Andy Halliday at left back.
That would have been your choice, even if Big Barisic was fit?
That would be my choice anyway, It's not just, I'm not just thinking. I think Andy Halliday's got that bit of grit and that extra bit of hurt. And I think you were right what you were saying a couple of weeks ago. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong as well. But some guys just didn't fit into Scottish football. And I hope Barisic can maybe take me to a game next season, going into next season and get a pre-season behind them and enjoy Scottish football. But right now, I think he maybe looks a bit so for Scottish football. And I'm not just saying that, Ox, but that's the way I see it.
I would struggle to argue with some of that, George. I mean, he's showed glimpses, but there's times he's looked very average. What's that?
He's basically our only option at left back now. But in saying that, I mean, Stevie took him off there that last game. Took him off, it was at no half time because he was having a stinker. Okay, you can have good games and bad games.
You got the injury in the tackle, mate.
This is it. So I take it he's fit again then, aye. Hopefully, because we don't seem to have another one.
It looks that way. I mean, he's back training, so you're assuming he's fit, mate.
Yeah, well, I'd have him all day long rather than... would you call him the guy for Liverpool?
Flanagan.
Flanagan. Oh, aye. I wouldn't be playing him. And I think that's about the only two options we've got.
Well, I forgot about him actually. He's disappeared at the team. Considering he had some good games at the start of the season, some stinkers, but some good games as well.
Would you never think about playing Lee Wallace?
It's not kicked a ball, mate.
Yeah.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. I wonder.
Wouldn't be fair. You wouldn't be fair.
I wouldn't think he would ever play for Rangers again. But he's a left back. That's all I'm meaning, you know.
I don't think we'd be fair on Lee Wallace. Would be GFK.
Nah, I mean, it'd been good if he'd had a part to play at the start of the season and maybe worked himself back into the team. But unfortunately, I think his time's gone. What On the left back position, I'm the same as George. I just think the big Barisic has not got a heart in him. And Andy Halliday, he's a journeyman player, Andy Halliday. And he will do a good job for us, no matter where we play him. Even if we played him in goal, he'll try his heart out. And that's what we're needing. I said this a couple of weeks ago, guys. We need a bit of grit, determination, a bit of heart in the team, and a bit of fight. Same as we showed against the Puddle Drinkers on the 29th, and we seem to have lost that right away after we come back after the winter break. So I'm the same as George. Unfortunately, I just don't think that Big Barisic has got it, and I hope he proves us all wrong next season. But it seems to me to be a bit of a pussycat at times. He's no. So Andy Halliday for me all day long, and if I had a choice between the two of them. With the two of them being fit, I'd have taken Andy Halliday, mate, in front of Barisic. I always have.
Can I come in on that, Ox? There?
Can you go, mate?
I was just going to say, I was only saying we were talking that maybe we didn't have a left back, and I just thought Lee Walsh is still there. Would you? Only a question. But I wouldn't.
Because you're taking a doon in the hot lobby, Bridge.
Am I getting a doon in there as well?
For suggesting them,
it doesn't matter. I was just, when the mere fact that we're thinking, well, we don't have, but... I wouldn't bother me one way or the other. I don't think he'll ever play for Rangers. I said that at the start of the year. He's never, even if he comes back fit, I don't think he'll ever get a game for us. But I think we're a bit faster team. And I agree, it's unfortunate for Barisic. I think he's a fantastic player, and I think he's got a lot to offer Rangers when we get. Maybe he's going to take to the end of the season to get him a wee bit fit, and he'll be just fit enough to get pre-season in him. Yeah. But hopefully he comes back in a couple of weeks' time and sets everything up for us for the split. We're looking forward to that. But Andy Halliday will do for me.
Part of me, boys, started at times that Barisic with these continuous issues with the hamstring, that you just tell him that's him to the bumming end of the season, make sure it's rested up and it's healed properly.
Yeah, you would have to, Ox. I agree with you. Because a couple of games there, he's come back, he's played no bad, and then straight away he's out again, and then he's playing for his country the other night and had to come off. So I agree with you. They need to get it healed up, and then say to him, right, get a good pre-season under your belt, and hopefully start again next season. But I was listening to Radio Snide earlier on, guys, and Jim Duffy came up with a good point. He was talking about. They went on for ages talking about the money that Liverpool would be looking for Kent. And some wee idiot come on and says Celtic should be going for him. So to laugh at that one. But he mentioned something about, he says, I think he's got loads and loads of potential, he says, going forward. He says, but I've watched him, he says, so many times, he says, and he says, as soon as... He says as soon as he goes to...
Plus Fox get a battle fever on.
He says as soon as he's going to release the final ball, he says the one player, he says, that absolutely loses the head with him. Now, I've not noticed this, guys, but I Googled a bit earlier on there, and it's right enough. The one player that runs after him and he's screaming at him is wee Morelos. And it's almost as if Morelos is saying to him, look, your final ball's getting nowhere near me. And it was quite noticeable. And that was 2-3 games there, clips I'd watched. And it was, the ball had went, the ball must have been 20 feet out of the top of Morelos. I mean, you see Morelos, and he's gone off his head at Kent. But when you see Kent actually releasing the ball, he doesn't look up. He just hits it. Whereas when you watch Candace, most of the time Candace actually looks up before he hits the ball. You know, I know.
I'm just trying to hit it off the first defender.
Yeah, I know that. It was interesting, you know.
I don't actually, guys. I know they put was a figure of something like £10 million or something like that for Kent. I don't think he's a £10 million player yet.
I don't see that, Bridge.
So I think that's just
peak, Bridge. We weren't at our peak. You know?
But is that not just Liverpool putting? I don't know. Was it from Liverpool? Did Liverpool put
Scottish
that price
press,
in?
Bridge. Scottish press.
Scottish press. Say no more then. Say no more.
Yeah, Scottish press. You need a.
But then again, guys, you know what it's like down there. 10 million even to the Championship clubs down there now is absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? They could get that. Liverpool could easily get that for him.
Well, the only thing I will say about Kent is he's moving on in age. I think he'll be 23 next season. You can't put him under the novice category anymore.
No, that's true, yeah.
He's had a fabulous season for us. He's played well for himself, really made a name for himself.
Fabulous games, mate. I don't know if he's had a fabulous season.
No, I think he's had a great season for himself, you know. And he's done well, showing himself up. And some of his moves have been excellent, really good. And he's played some good games for us. And that'll all go with him. But I still don't think when you add it all up, he's never kicked a ball for Liverpool, has he?
Well, they've had him out on loan five different times.
No, but I'm saying he's never kicked a ball for the first team in Liverpool that I know of.
No.
So, yeah, the English leagues are you get great money, no doubt about it. But if you only get that good money, you nearly always only get that good money if you're playing to get a game in the first team or even one or two games. But if he's not any,
if he plays as well on Sunday as he did in the last one in the 29th, that'll do for me.
Of course, absolutely. But I still don't think he's worth £10 million.
Anyway, we'll be joined by Fox. Evening, Fox. How we doing there, mate?
Hi, good evening, guys. How we all doing?
All right, Fox. Old mate.
Sorry?
You're a bit quiet.
I'm always quiet. You know that.
I know that. When I life's gentleman. Andy Halliday left back for you?
Well, he's done reasonably well there all season when Barisic has been injured. So if it's going to be Andy, fair enough. I'm quite happy with that. I wouldn't be distraught about it in any way. He's done a job for us, and I think he'll do a job if he has to play on Sunday.
And the rest of the back four for you, mate?
I don't think it'll change much. It'll be Tav, Goldson and Worrell in the back four. I think the centre backs have played the most times together all season, so I don't see it changing now. And Tav will need to have one of his better games to produce something for us in the game as well.
Mm-hmm. And your midfield
Fox, can I just come in there a minute, mate? See, this time, I honestly think there's a chance he might play Katic this time. I'll tell you why. The story going about is they seem to think they can get the better of us in height at corners and free kicks, etc. And we all know the guy that's got the best average thing being headers in our whole team is Katic. So there might be a chance he might just play Katic.
Well, he's done all right. He's done all right the last couple of games, Katic, you know.
Yeah.
He's come back into the fold.
I would agree if he's going on his normal game. We all know it would be Worrell and Goldson, but you never know. He might just stick Katic in this time.
Well, you never know. George, JFK. George then JFK. How do you see the back four lining up?
I think it's just what Fox said there. Big Worrell, Goldson, Andy Halliday, and Tav. I think Fox is bang on what he's saying. Tav's going to take a game. Tav was hot and cold. Again, Fox is championed them all season. I know he has, but he can play hot and cold and things like that. We need other guys to be up for this game. You spoke about Ryan Kent a minute ago there, and somebody said he's had a great season. I don't think he's had a great season, because I actually remember you saying a few times that it frustrates you sometimes when he doesn't go past a man and things like that. Definitely a good talent, don't get me wrong. I would definitely like the lad to stay for another 6 months, but he's not a £12 million player. Down there, they maybe get 12 million for him. See if it's a Leicester, or I think Jimmy's been hanged for saying Leicester, and I think that's probably where he could probably end up now after where Brenda's went down there now. So £12 million for a Leicester, that's absolutely nothing. £12 million for a Fulham or something like that, it's not really anything at all. So I think that's what will probably end up happening. They'll probably end up back down there.
They've got a right good player there on that boy Chilwell or something that plays with Leicester at left back. He's going to be good.
Yep.
JFK, how you seen the back four?
I think it's a muchness. I think it'll be Tav, Worrell, Goldson and Andy Halliday will come in there for Barisic. I can't see. I mean, Katic, I can't see getting a game. I can understand what Blue Star saying, but no, I think I'll go with the same back four. Obviously, with Barisic, it'll be Halliday in there. So I don't think he'll change that, but he'll only change, I think, Oxia. On the Ryan Kent thing, it's gathered momentum now, so it doesn't look as if it's money that we're going to be able to spend. You know, if they're valuing them at a minimum of $7 million, and I did say here before, it'll be a Leicester City or one of Everton or somebody. They've still got a bit more money than we ever have. So he'll go to a middle of the table club and possibly boost himself for 3 or 4 seasons I played with them, and then go to a higher team. So it's unfortunate. It looks as if we're going to be left with Jordan Jones for next season. I know he played no bad for Northern Ireland there, but it's no a patch on Ryan Kent.
No, Fox was giving him wrong reports when we were talking half there, mate. He's watching.
Yeah, I think we'll be surprised. I think we'll be delightfully surprised with Jordan Jones, and if Murphy comes back fit as well, you get no bad replacement for Ryan Kent there. Hopefully, Dorrans comes back at long last and makes it as well for the next season. But,
the reports on him, Bridge, aren't good.
Yeah, I know, pal. I know. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the club and heartbreaking for the player.
I mean, I know his old man quite well, and the reports aren't good at all.
Is that right? Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
Aye.
Sad, isn't it?
With a heavy heart. I mean, obviously, when you get to his stage in your career and that, you start getting them, it's hard to get rid of them, Boster.
Aye.
Absolutely, Ox, and it's sad. You never know. It's no for definite yet, but the likely analysis now isn't great.
I've never had the pleasure of meeting Graham Dorrans, but he comes across as a out-and-out gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I do know that Jamie Murphy's making good progress. I do know that. Jamie's for my neck of the woods. He went to Knightsbridge Secondary and that, so he's got a lot of connections still here. I've heard that he's tiny player. That. So I think we should be hopeful that he'll be back to his full fitness for the start of the season. So, but Graham Dorrans, I'd like to see Graham Dorrans return, but like Blue Star was saying there, I can't see it, unfortunately. I think the injuries are taking their toll now, and they're just happening too quick and happening concurrently now. He gets one injury and he comes out with another, so that's unfortunate.
Question for everyone: the guys in the lobby are asking, is Goldson injured? Sorry, is Goldson suspended?
No, he's not.
No.
He's not suspended. That's okay.
No,
that's right. The guys in the lobby. He's not suspended, guys.
Oh, I didn't wait a minute now.
Wait a minute, by the way, Bridge. I think he is.
I'm sure there was something about
he's not suspended.
No, he's not suspended.
No, I'm just looking up his. I've looked up yellow cards here. It's no suspended.
How many yellow cards they got then?
4.
4. All right, okay.
Well, you just got one that last game, Jimmy, didn't you? And
that's right. Yeah.
Who was that we played in that last game there?
Kilmarnock.
Aye. He got one in that game, and I thought that was a chat that had been. That's just when you said that there, but obviously you've got there. It's only 4.
Well, let's hope anyway. Let's hope that the rumours are not true, and he's not suspended. But then again, did I hear somebody saying you're going for Jimmy? Did you say you're going for Worrell and Goldson?
No. Tavernier, Worrell, Goldson, and Goldson, Halliday.
Yeah. Because I was sick. Somebody, who was it that mentioned there's rumour that Katic is going to be playing because he's
I mentioned Katic,
right,
Bridge,
okay,
but it wasn't because of Goldson. I mean, there's
no, because of his height.
Aye, it was simply because of his heading ability.
Actually, I would play him because of his heading ability in the opposite end. You know, at least he creates a bit of danger. You know, his challenges for the ball and things like that. He scored a couple of goals, isn't he?
The strange thing is, Worrell's played more games than him, guys.
Yeah.
And between Worrell, Goldson and Katic is miles in front of him with the head.
That's right.
With clearances and on the offensive, which is quite surprising if you consider the amount of games that they've had more than him.
So what do you think? What do you think they've got that he hasn't got? Katic.
He had a bad time after Park, mate. Just no longer.
That's right. He's a bad family situation back home, isn't it? Yeah. I rate Goldson. I rate Goldson as a kind of quality player. You know, I've been wrong before, you know, but I actually rate him as a quality player. I think he just needs that big guy that sort of leads defensive centre half.
Aye, a neighbour next to him.
Something like that. That's a Man Mountain type person. Oh, I keep doing that. Somebody left-footed to balance the bloody thing up. That's what I want.
Well, we'll see. So we'll get the back four pretty much unchanged. For started against Kilmarnock. Well, any 4-5, any 4-6, but Barisic is it. So any 4-5. So we're into the midfield. Sort of midfield 5, if you like, because it'll be 3 and then the other 2 wide men try to get forward to support Morelos. How do you see that, Fox?
Depends on what tactics we play for the midfield for me. I don't know whether it would be better doing what we done the last time and pushing up the park, closing them down and trying to take control of the ball, or being more sensible this time at Parkhead and sitting back and try to hit them in the counter-attack. So the midfield is kind of dodgy for me. I'd definitely bring in McCrory if we were going to sit back and hit on the break. But if we were going to go forward and try and close down, etc., I would probably play Kamara, mate. As a sitting deep with Jack if he's fit. This is it again. We don't know who's 100% fit, but it would probably be Jack, Kamara, and Arfield if we were going to close down. And it would, for me, it'd be McCrory, Jack, and Arfield if we were going to sit back.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that McCrory's got to play. George, is that your thinking?
I personally don't think he will play, but if there's any way I would get him in the team if possible. With Ox, his stats speak for himself. I mean, the games we've won this season, he's been in the games, and the games we've had Torren, he's not been in the team. So for me, I would try and get him in if I could, but I just don't think Steven Gerrard will play him. I actually think that what Fox is saying there, I'd go the opposite. I don't think Jack will play. I think it will be Kamara, Arfield, and Steve Davis will play. Actually, I think now Steve Davis got a wee bit of fitness, but I think he'll end up playing him. And it'll not be Jack that plays. Me personally, I'd play Ross McCrory. We've obviously got 2 normal wingers, but I just got a feeling that Steve Davis will play. It's a big game, and watching him the other night there for Northern Ireland, getting back to fitness, so I think he'll probably play us.
Right, I get that. And I get your thinking, but we'll get a real lack of physicality in there then. George?
That's the reason I would play McCrory in there for his tackling and his for everything he gives you in there, Ox. But I don't think he will play him. I think it'll be. Kamara's not really put a foot wrong. He has in that one of the games, but I'm not going to hang him for that. But Kamara, Arfield, and Steve Davis, I think it'll be a midfield 3 with 2 wing. I honestly think that's the way he's going to go. I don't think Jack will play for some reason. I don't know. There's nothing telling me why I'm saying that, but I just think that I just think Steve Davis is probably going to play with him. He's been trying to get him into the team a few games. It's been a bit of a feel, to be honest, if we're honest about it. He had quite a good game in that last game he played. The last 2 games I think he played quite well, and he played well for Northern Ireland the other night there as well. So yeah, I think he's getting close to fitness, Ox, and I think Steven Gerrard will probably. It's a big game. He's a big game player. I think he'll quite fancy putting him in.
KFK.
McCrory, Arfield, and Stephen Davis. I'm the same feeling as George. I think he's starting to play sail into the team now, and I think the gaffer will take a chance because he is a big time player. So I don't think there'll be a place for Kamara in the first team. On the bench, I think. I don't think Ryan Jack will play. That's a 3 that I think. I've got the inclination that Stephen Davis will get a start. Maybe be Kamara or whatever in the second half. I just got that wee inclination, the same as George, that he will get the nod. So I think that might happen. Need a bit of physicality in there and try and battle with them. So, and a bit of nonsense to say, a bit of guy that can be a wee bit football minded in there in that midfield that can pass the ball. And Stephen Davis has started to show that the last couple of games for Northern Ireland. In his last game for us, he played all right. So I think he might start him next year.
All right, Bridgman.
It's quite tight, isn't it, in our midfield now? I actually think I would like to see the boy Kamara playing. I'd like him to be beside Stephen Davis, and I would like to put Arfield up front. I thought Arfield did a superb game against them the last game, and he sort of wound everybody up there. The only doubt in there is Kamara, to be perfectly honest, if he's ready for a Celtic Rangers match. That's the only doubt I've got. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
You know, see him squaring up to Mkhitaryan the other night.
No, I'm not saying he's not ready to fight. I'm just meaning Rangers Celtic's a different game, and it's a huge different game. So there's a lot of responsibility in all of our players. But what I want somebody, and he's got a wee bit of steel in his tackles. Of course, McCrory he's tall, he's rangy, he likes to tackle, he gets himself about. So I'm actually between McCrory and Kamara to play there. I do like Davis. I think Davis is coming on to it, and Arfield. There's going to be a battle between Arfield and Scott Brown. Is
this the question then, Bridgman, about using your squad? You say to McCrory, come on, give us everything you've got for an hour.
Yeah,
good shout. Make sure you're still on the park, and then you use your substitutes. Is that no part of the game?
Oh yes, absolutely. But you're also look. I know you guys watch it as well. Some people see things different. Against Celtic at Ibrox, the Rangers never gave them a minute. They were on top of them every time. Whether we're going to play like that at Celtic Park is another thing. So the manager's got to make up his mind. He might go 4-4-2, you know.
Bridge, can I come in there? I agree with you there, mate. I think it all depends, Ox, on how Stevie G's going to have us playing. I'll tell you why, because see if he plays Davis and Arfield in the same midfield, it'll either work for us or we'll get absolutely murdered with the two of them. I'll tell you why, because the two of them like to get that bit forward and it would only leave one sitting. It depends whether he's going to try and score goals or whether he wants us to sit and defend and try and hit in the break, because you can't play Arfield and Davis together if he's going to have they two bombing forward. No, for me anyway. Because Kamara would be left in the middle of that park. He's himself.
Good points. But I mean, that's why we're saying, look, the midfield's a midfield. Is the engine of the team. As I think it was JFK that said that to us the last time. That's where it all happens.
That's why you call you good players, Bridge. Anyway,
it's supposed to be good players, I mean.
Evening, Blue.
Evening, mate. I just thought I could call in there because I'm struggling a bit with what some of the guys are saying. They're like, I mean, they've been saying for how long, if you want to lose to this manky mob across the city, then the way to lose to them is to sit back and invite them onto you. I mean, they've been saying this for so long, it's no true. And to turn around and say it's sensible, that's just like quite beyond me for starters. With Halliday at the back, he's the only option we've really got there of any sense. I don't think, we've not had a game from Flanagan for quite a while now, so Halliday's the only option. The only way I think it will really hurt us is he's not quite as good coming forward as Barisic is, so I think it might affect Brian Kent, because it does Barisic being there does obviously drag players away and create a bit more space for Kent, so I think it might affect us that way. When it comes to midfield, I think if you play Davis and Arfield together, as Blue Star was saying, I think we're going to get murdered. I really do. I think because you'll end up, they'll get caught up a pitch, and whoever it is that's left at the back, whether it be McCrory or Kamara or Jack or whoever it is, he doesn't stand a chance in hell. So they're going to be straightened about our back line, and we ain't going to sieve it. And also, don't forget, boys, they're going to be feeling raw as hell about losing to us last time. The first game they've lost since the cup semi-final. So they're going to be coming out and they're going to be looking for a battle. They're going to be, you could guarantee that Lego Munchkin gets going to be playing, and he's going to be looking to kick players all over the pitch. So we better be ready for a battle. So I think we should play Kamara and Jack for me, and push up, do the same as we did last time, and push young Arfield up onto the top of Brown just to nullify his influence on the game, and don't give him the space to operate for me. I'll
when you say
stop
push
there.
up, when you say push up, but I think some of the guys have said that we should be playing the same as we did at Ibrox type of thing, and be up there. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, but I don't know why you wouldn't want Davis involved up there. I don't know why you wouldn't want Davis.
I think because it's going to be a really, really physical game, but we're going to have our players that can get in there and battle. I think, and Davis is, I don't think Davis is 100% yet. I don't think he's totally there. Davis was never a battler. So, and for me, Arfield hasn't looked like the box-to-box midfielder that we sort of saw down south, and seems to prefer to play further forward since he's come up north. And he seems just, if we've got the two sort of sitting slightly deeper and the one further up, which is what we did against them last time, and it worked a treat. So why would you go change it?
Blue Shadow, for me, Arfield's got an important role, and it was arguably man of the match. All he done, he got in Brown's face.
That's just effectively what I'm saying, mate. Yeah.
Aye, and closed all his space down. Brown couldn't just make the 5-yard passes, because that's all he does. Just keeps them moving. He's effective.
But that's the thing, Ox. Can you see us playing as? I don't mean as good as that. That's the wrong phrase. Can you see?
I don't know.
Aye, exactly. Can you see us playing with that tempo at Parkhead?
If Arfield is playing, he's got to play in that one role. He's got to get. When we've not got the ball, he's got to nullify Brown, and then he's got a job to try and stretch Brown.
And we'll have an hour, and we'll only probably get an hour out of Arfield, which not like we normally do, which would leave us Stephen Davis to come in for a like-for-like swap with Arfield for me. Do you think, Ox?
And then if Arfield can keep his discipline, Brown's allowed to trip you or something and be sitting on a yellow.
Yeah, that's going to be a battle. That's for sure. If they two are playing,
but you have to play with the head, not with the heart. JFK.
Well, that's what I said. There's a head and heart or win us a game if we play the right way. That we know that we can. But I just want to see them go there and have a go at Celtic, right? At the Puddle Drinkers. I don't want to be farting about. Go and have a go. Let's not kid ourselves on. The game on Sunday is a be all and end all, because if they do beat us, right, we all know, but our head's saying the league's done and our heart's saying it's no. But let's be honest about it. If we don't come away there with a win on Sunday, so it's done. That's it, done and dusted. So let's go and treat it like a cup final, and go and have a right go at them.
Jimmy, you're right. I'll tell you. See the likes of Lennon. Lennon showed everybody how to beat, dare I say it, them. Because his record with Hibs against Brenda was better than anybody's, and all they done was constantly run at Celtic, and Celtic couldn't handle it.
No.
If we've got players that are fit enough and that have got a good engine on them, see if you take the ball to them, and by that I mean I don't mean two players up the wings. I'm talking about your midfield pushing right on them all the time. They can't handle that. They can't handle a team that constantly go at them.
No,
they definitely can't. But it's whether we do it or not.
I think it's going to be interesting what our manager comes up with.
Absolutely.
Personally speaking, I want them to play the exact same game as they did at Ibrox. Just pretend you're at home and go for it. And stay up there, the exact same thing, in their face, 100%. And what the guys have said earlier, with Arfield and Brown, you're sure Brown will go mental, because he's waiting to get revenge on Arfield for doing the Bruni on him, So I'm quite happy.
The most pleasing thing, apart from the 3 points in the 29th, for me was the performance. It was a whole penetration for a full 90 minutes for us. Now, we can't say that many times this season. In that one game, we were on top of them the whole 90 minutes. And it's all about pressing them. And you've got to press them. So it's as you say, Bridge, it's coming out and playing the exact same way again. Keep on top of them. Go at them right for the first whistle. They can't handle that.
But be aware that...
I don't think that's true at all. I do think they can handle it, mate. We surprised them on the 29th with our game plan that day. They've added pace up front now. And if we commit ourselves to closing them down, they'll know long balls there, but we're middle three, mate. And the likes of Burke and Forrest. And I don't know if that young French boy will play or no. Even there's Edward. They've all got electric pace, mate. You've got to give them that. And if we push our full-backs up to close them down, they'll put balls there the Tapia in midfield and get in behind us, expose our centre-half. So I think we've got to sit in at Parkhead the way. What do you mean, bollocks, mate?
I mean bollocks.
What do you know?
It's absolute bollocks.
Steady, guys. Steady, guys.
And your opinion, Blue Shadow. It's only your opinion, yeah?
Aye.
I will be respectful to Fox. He's entitled to his opinion, yeah?
Oh. I gave my opinion. I thought that was bollocks. Everybody for so long has been saying if we've sat back and invited them on to us, then we've been hammered. And then it's come back. If you do the same thing again, you might well want to put your fullbacks forward, but if you could always push forward a bit and just sitting over the top, then you're asking for trouble. And that's my opinion.
We'll see who's right. We'll see who's right come Sunday, mate. Because if we press them, they'll go where the Tapias. That's the way I think the manager will think it as well. We haven't got, at this time in the season, I don't think we're fit enough to close down for 90 minutes either. And if we expose our centre-backs on Sunday, we'll get absolutely thrashed.
No, and we need the centre-backs to win the balls that we're going to come over. Inevitably, the ball's going to come over, for sure. High balls down the middle. And we need to win those balls, and we also need to be able to distribute the balls properly. There's no good just heading the ball out, because that big Rogic, if he's playing, he's very, very good at picking up second ball, and his stride's lovely, and he's no scared to have a shot.
I mean, to sit there and think that their manager will say, "Oh, well, we better sit back because Rangers will press us." They'll work out a plan to beat us if we press them, mate. You've got to give them credit. And I don't like doing it, but you give them credit, mate. They're at the top of the league because they win games and they find a way to win. I don't think pressing them's going to do us the world of good on Sunday.
Foxy, but I think everybody's giving them credit. But I think I got a lot of the guys, myself included, are thinking, well, the way we played against them in Ibrox was probably our most successful game of football against them in a long, long, long time. So
we
people
were at
are thinking,
home, Bridge.
I know,
we were at home with 50,000 supporters. We'll have 60,000 against us.
Yes, I understand that.
Go there.
I understand that. All I was saying initially was that we need to get the players to pretend they are at home if we're going to do this pressing. If you're not going to do the pressing, you might be as well just going for a 4-4-2.
I think that it doesn't matter if you can make arguments for both of the tactics. But what I will say is, if we get the ball and we can't pass it like we've done in some of the performances we've put out, and we don't keep the football, it doesn't matter what we do, we'll be exposed.
Absolutely.
And that's the secret. And it's a big part, Parkhead. When you get the ball, you can't afford to have runners running past you and you give the ball. If you think back to the goal we lost, Blue Star, the last game, it was a foul on Ryan Jack. It wasn't exposed because our whole team had went forward and they were right in tappies before we knew it. And that's the thing, you've got to look after the football in this game. You've got to play with the head, not with the heart.
Agreed, exactly. Plus the fact, you must remember, guys, their last 3 games, they've needed extra time to score a single goal in all 3 games. So it's not as if the big guy they went and got in and loaned. See, for me, if he plays him as centre forward, I'll be rubbing my hands, I kid you not. Because Worrell and that will be able to take care of Burke, no problem at all. I'd have more issue if he plays with the Frenchman, because I think he's got a wee bit more about him. But again, he's not got bags of pace, so
he'll play, mate. He'll play. Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening. Get yourself in mute, and Old School Blue or Fox will give us a tune.
The statement I do make, and it is no mistake, about a football team that plays down Parkhead Way. They're a shower of diving shites, and you know that I am right, for that's the way the Glasgow Celtic play. They were playing against the Hearts when the ball went into the box. Chris Sutton, he dived down onto the grass. The ref just turned away and carried on with play. The fans then shouted, "Sutton, get off your arse. Get off your arse. arse. Yes, are always a bloody same. When you play this football game, you're always diving down onto the grass. Sutton's not the only one when you play against the scum. Petrov, Thompson and Hartson do the same, trying to con the referee to get a penalty, for the Celts will cheat so they can win the game. A match against Dundee, it was very plain to see when a ball came into the box to Didier Agat. Agat, he turned around, then dived him to the ground. The ref just said, Agat, get up your arse. Get up your arse, get up your arse. You diving, cheating, shite, get up your arse. It's always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. There's a rumour going round up at the Parkhead ground. When you hear what it is, I'm sure you'll think it's true. The Tick have signed a guy to help them when they die. It's none other than Mr. Duncan Goodhue. This rumour could be right. The other day I watched the shite. They were playing against a team nicknamed the Pars. Stilly and Petrov got the ball and done a terrific somersault, but he was told, hey, you get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating, shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down to the grass. The diving still went on when the Celtic played the Dons. Sutton was on the ball when he got the call. The captain of Aberdeen thought he was on a submarine when he heard dive, dive, dive over the ball. The Rangers game was next and they were still up to their tricks. The Gers fans at the time were singing the sash. When Hartson hit the floor, there was one almighty roar. Hartson, you cheating shit, get off your ass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating shit, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Get off your ass, get off your ass. You diving, cheating, shite, get off your ass. These are always a bloody same when you play this football game. You're always diving down onto the grass. Yes, these are always diving down onto the grass.
Oh, that's a popular tune in the lobby, Bridgeman.
Get off your ass.
You like that one,
Get off your ass.
Absolutely
brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Wonderful stuff. Get up your cheating shite, get off your ass. Oh, yeah, I was a bloody same when you play the football game.
It's one of these songs that's based on a true story.
Indeed. You're always dying.
We'll keep some of the battle fever for tomorrow night, and we'll close. We'll look back in the decades. We've done the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And we're now at the noughties, and we'll take the noughties. JFK, that means for 2000 upwards, no the noughties, right?
All right, I'm just about to push it wood there.
Just in case you started bringing up different trouble.
JFK, that's no nice.
Yeah, that was a good
He's
tune.
got 2 cabinets in his living room. They've all got Blue movies in them.
They have, mate.
Oh.
Yep, good Blue movies.
Yes. Right. So we're into the 2000s, and we'll go for. Let's be really honest. We'll just go for 2000 up to 2011. I think that'd be fairer. Because after that,
so.
I
think so. Yeah.
I don't think any of the boys would get in the team, would they?
No.
Barry
might just scrape in right enough, you know.
Our present goalkeeper maybe get in the last decade. Right, so we'll talk goalkeepers, and we'll start with George Logan.
Well, it's always been I think we've been blessed with great goalkeepers. We spoke last night, Andy Gorham and Stefan Klos, a guy who's won the Champions League, couldn't even get in the team. So tonight, I think you go because Stefan Klos was still there, Oxen. You go with maybe for Stefan Klos to, like you see, a current goalkeeper, the new Alan McGregor, who he's never really put a fit rhyme for us, to be honest. He's always been outstanding for us. Ronald Waterous was always a goalkeeper as well. Again, he was the day when the league he was there, and he done quite well for us. So, but all the goalkeepers, I mean, I love Alan McGregor, but I don't think you could. I think if Stefan Klos wasn't in the 90s team, he's definitely got to be in the 2000 team. I think he was world class. I think he's probably the second best goalkeeper we've ever had at the club.
Oh, okay. High praise indeed. One for Stefan Klos. JFK, then Blue Shadow.
Stefan Klos, hands down, no problem. I would say he's probably the only world-class goalkeeper I've had at Ibrox ever. What a fantastic keeper.
Did you know that boy Steve Simonson?
Why? What about him?
Andy Dibble, no?
Oh, he was in top cap. He spent
what a show that was!
What a show! 9 seasons. Stefan was with after Andy had left. So, for me, it's got to be Stefan Klos. A fantastic goalkeeper. Alan McGregor for me. Alan McGregor's not even in my top 4 Rangers, maybe my top 5 Rangers goalkeepers, so I wouldn't even have him. He might get into the next squad of the 10, I don't know. But Stefan Klos all day long, definitely.
Right. Blue Shadow. Blue lefters. Oh, Blues lefters. Bridgeman.
I'd have to say, I have to agree with Jimmy there about Stefan Klos. I think he was a fantastic goalkeeper. Wonderful to watch. Made some outstanding saves. Set him up there and among some of the really ranked in among the best goalkeepers in the world, you know. But you know, I've got this wee thing about McGregor. He's never really let us down. To be honest, when he was playing for us. But I have to say, Stefan Klos, he was top quality, for sure.
Right.
Top quality.
Fox?
Aye, Klos for me, terrific goalkeeper.
Blue Star? I think he's doing a bridge.
He's lost his electronics, has he?
He's doing a bridge. It's our Blue Star.
Come in, Blue Star.
All year.
Aye, Klos, it's got to be. He was untouchable in the noughties. There was nobody there pressing him. It's got to be Klos.
I wouldn't argue with that. I think McGregor will be good. Our club will look back at Alan McGregor fondly if we can win 55. If that makes sense. We have in the sticks. His career looked really good at our club with his championships and then coming back, but only time will tell. But yeah, Stefan Klos for me. So George Bridgeman, getting up, pencil it again. Stefan
I've
Klos.
got Klos down here, no problem. Yes.
All right, right. George, you can pick the formation. How we line it up?
I was on mute here, sorry, Dana Bridgeman. Just thinking about what would it be? Would it a 4-1-4-1 or would it be a 4-1-4-1? It probably would be. He was talking about Advocaat's team going into Alex McLeish's team, and then obviously back to Walter Smith's team in 2008-9 again. So you probably would that probably be the right formation, Ox?
Back four, one sitting in front, 4 midfielders, 2 tries. That'll work. We'll try that. Everybody happy with that? So we'll go with the back. We'll go with the 2 full-backs first. Take the right back position first. On you go, George.
I can't see, to be honest, thinking all loud about a right back. I mean, you guys will probably maybe a better memory than me, but I ken Fernando Rickson played right back, Zurab Kishin, but for me it was probably Alan Hutton. It was probably best right back, unless you can think of somebody who was better than that.
Hutton, for me, Hutton came in and we had to get rid of him for $500,000, mate. And he had a 6-month period at Ibrox where he was just unbelievable.
Aye.
2007. He done it in the Champions League game. In fact, the biggest compliment, I think Barcelona tweaked their style to stop when Hutton had the ball, to stop him going forward. I mean, what a compliment that is at Ibrox. And obviously he left us for big money. I don't think the boy wanted to leave, but that's another story.
I think he'd be my pick anyway. I think Alan Hutton would probably be my pick for right back.
Aye, fair. But I mean that's a good shout. JFK. Oh, what's JFK do? Seated up, Rich.
JFK's on. He's probably on mute.
There you go. Sorry, guys. For me, it's got to be Fernando Rickson.
Right back?
Oh, he played right back. That's what he was. But
I think his best season for us was the 2000 and... let me make sure I get this right. The 2005 season when he played in midfield, mate.
Yeah, but right back for me. Mm-hmm. I think he's a far better right back than Alan Hutton. Alan Hutton, for me, as you say, 6 or 7 months, but...
Oh, he was unplayable.
Aye. Unplayable. If it was me, I'd be playing... Because I want to see Fernando in the team, so I'd rather play him at right back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Blue Star?
Yeah, Rickson, hands down.
Right, okay.
I'll tell you why, Ox. I think he was one of the few that... Rickson was a good defender. And boy, could he shift to go up front as well. And even in midfield, you know, he was a good all-rounder up the one side. He was really good. In fact, I think he was a lot better than even some Rangers fans used to think, because we know that he got a few red cards, and it was always because somebody sticking a badging in him, and he wasn't feared to give it back. But the guy could play, he definitely could.
Fox?
The one that sticks out for me is Alan Hutton, mate. I need to say Hutton for the money we got for him as well. He done well for his Alan Hutton. Mm-hmm. We had Michael Ball in that sort of section as well.
Left back, mate.
Was he? Left back, no.
Left back. My mate Michael Ball.
Can he sing?
Just the aspects of love.
What is it with you?
Is something you want to tell us here, Oxyel?
For sure.
We're getting Alfie Bow playing in midfield in a minute.
He wasn't bad in his day, Alfie. Pavarotti played that goal, didn't he?
Oh, jeez, oh man. Here we go.
Bridgeman, right back.
Personally, I think it's got to be Rickson. I think he's been really good. I do agree with you about Hutton. But I think skill-wise and everything, I thought Rickson was a fantastic buy. Brilliant player. Admittedly, I think it was the first game against Celtic that pulled him off after about 20 minutes or something like that. But no, he came on a great game. Superb, great player. And sadly, the way he is now, it's difficult to see it. But I would definitely go for Rickson, Fernando Rickson.
All right, I'm gonna agree with Fox and George in this one, and I'm gonna go for Alan Hutton because of that purple patch he had.
Yeah, that's 3 for Hutton and 4 for Rickson.
How do you get 4 for Rickson?
I mean, I'm trying to count that up now.
It's 3-3.
Is it 3-3? I do. Wait a minute. Who's missing? No, nobody missing. Sorry,
I'll calculate that for Bridgman, please.
I know. I'm doing my. What do you call
him?
Ibrox Loyal.
Me, Wrexham played his best football for us in midfield. Personally. I thought he was okay at full back.
Okay, we've got. You need to put this one to the boys in the lobby then.
All right, so
each.
we'll have F for Fernando and A for Alan Houghton. F and A. F and A for F for Fernando and A for Alan Houghton.
He just on that one, but Ox, I mean, I think he was absolutely fantastic. Jurab Kishnichpula played at right back for us day, Morris Ross and things like this, but Alan Hutton, and again, we're talking about a 6 month period, Ox, but it doesn't matter who it was. It could be absolutely Bob Malcolm or anybody. If the guy leaves for £9 million and he's a right back, I just think he was. And saying around a bit, right, he paid for Murray Park himself with that transfer fee, if we're honest about it.
George, it wouldn't matter. There's no even every single person's went for Fernando in the lobby.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm hearing my wee moaning now.
It doesn't matter. It's your game, so we can change the rules. So George is the chairman. He gets a casting vote.
Go for Graham Robertson goals because he played there once.
I think by the look of the lobby there, Oxtear, it looks like Fernando's won it.
There we go. Well, that's the way it goes. You know the trouble with democracy, George?
It doesn't work. I'm going to get Lisa to phone up the room and get a cast and vote.
Right, get Lisa to phone in.
She'll say Wrexham.
But you couldn't hold that against Wrexham either. Like you were saying about Wrexham, he was an absolute battler, a fighter. He's the kind of guy that if somebody left one on him, you can't he was going to be gaining him one back 10 minutes later. And if one of the teammates got a kick, Fernando's got to be gaining him it. And you can't argue with that. I mean, two excellent players for us, to be fair.
Aye. Fair enough.
You know, I have to admit, guys, I was actually between. I thought, is it going to be Wrexham? Is it going to be Kirk Broadfoot? That's what I was thinking.
We've got another 10 players to pick. 9
no, but I'm saying for the right back slot, I was between.
Bridge.
Yes.
I don't want to upset you. We've got another 9 players to pick.
Yes, I know, pal. I know, but don't you think Kirk Broadfoot was worth a shout?
Quickly then.
Aye, right.
Left back for you, George.
Well, I'll go for the boy I tried last night, Arthur Newman. I would say Arthur Newman or Sasa Papic, but for me, I'm going to go for Arthur Newman because, still again, he was world class.
Right, okay. I wouldn't argue with that. His last game was when we won the treble in 2003. Retired. Class act. I think it's between him and Papac, without a doubt. Who was a better player? Arthur Newman. Who was the most consistent over a long period of time? Got us to help get us to a European final and stood up and took a penalty. Left back took a penalty in Florence. Well, I'm going to go for Papac. There we go. JFK.
Arthur Newman. Oh, Arthur Newman. What a fantastic player he was. I remember when I used to sit in the Govan front, and I was only about 6 rows back, and I think it was against Motherwell. I'm hoping I'm right. Motherwell Kilmarnock it was. And where he hit the ball, it was practically standing in front of me. So anybody that was there will correct me, but he hit the ball sweet as a nut, and it nearly burst the net. What a player he was! Loved him. Another world class player that we managed to entice to Ibrox. Loved him. What a player! Fantastic. So my left back's Arthur Newman, mate.
Ulster.
That's a hard one. Newman was world class, no doubt about it, guys. But I'm going for Papac simply because he played 6 years in the Naughty. So for me, over 200 appearances. I'm going for Papac. 227 appearances from 2006 to 2012. So I would go for Papac.
Bridge.
I have to agree. It's very tough. Very, very tough. I think I would go for Papach. I think his smooth play was wonderful to watch. I agree about Newman. Newman was a world-class player, but I do think Papach was really good. I liked him playing for Rangers.
Fox?
Newman for me, world class on the park, world class off the park. Absolute gentleman.
Right, so how's that for left back, Bridge?
It's 4 for Papach. 2 for Newman.
You never know.
4 for Papach and 2 for Newman.
That's what we've just said, isn't it? There's me.
Yep.
Who said Papach? Oxter?
Yep.
Myself?
I said Papach.
Papach. What did you say, Jimmy?
Oh, that's Arthur Newman all day long.
You said Newman, so... Oh, wait a minute, George Logan said Arthur Newman, didn't you, George?
I did, aye, so it's 3-3.
Right, so that's Fox. Oh, that's 3 each again.
Aye.
Sorry,
I'm
Jimmy.
not very good at this, Bridge, are you?
No, I'm not very good at it.
Oh,
In the lobby.
In the lobby.
Newman got in the team last night, didn't he?
No.
No, he didn't. Right.
Won the lobby.
No, we're not going to the lobby. I'm in the casting vote this time. Papach is in. Right,
Good for you, Ox.
Backs.
Good for you.
Actual democracy.
That's my red lines. Right. We move into we'll go, the lobby can have a vote. S for Sasa and A for Arthur. And we'll see what they go with. Go to 2 centre backs, JFK.
Davy Weir and Amaruso.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody, but I know. Unfortunately, Davy was dragged away with the loaf man. I'd love to have seen him remain at Ibrox, but when he first came, I couldn't believe that this guy's not going to make it. His age proved us all wrong, and who can forget what Big Amaruso done for us? What a player! I loved him. So my 2 centres would be Davy Weir and Amaruso, mate.
All right, and in the lobby, Arthur Newman's won that one, yeah?
Well, so it's Arthur Newman then. Mm-hmm. Are we putting Arthur Newman in, or are we keeping Papach for you?
No, Arthur Newman, mate.
Right, okay.
I'm a believer in democracy.
Okay,
sometimes.
Wait till you see the news later on, you'll see about democracy.
I know. Anyway, so we went for Amaruso and Davy Weir. Aye, good call, mate. A big ammo.
Yep.
You never really got a mention last night in the 90s team, really, but there you go. The 90s team, George?
I've got to go for Big Amaruso as well, but with Amaruso, I would go with Carlos Cuéllar. I ken Boomsong, and we got a lot of money for Boomsong. He was only here 6 months, but I think in the UEFA Cup game he showed up. I think for me, Big Amaruso is just a captain, just a leader, just everything you'd want. The tears the day he left the club just tells you everything you need to know about him. And Big Carlos Cuéllar, well, I think he was just in a different class for anyone we'd seen in Scottish football centre half in a wee while, like.
All right, Bridge.
I would actually go for Weir and Bagheera. That's who I would go for, but I do agree. Amaruso, I wanted Amaruso for last night, and Cuéllar was what a fantastic player he was for the Rangers as well. I'll tell you what, I'm going to change that then. I'm going to go Weir and Cuéllar. There you go. I'll go Weir and Cuéllar.
All right. Fox?
Yeah, Amaruso and oh God, it's quite hard this. Amaruso. I think I'd need to go with Davy Weir, mate.
All right. Just for I never thought you don't get many entertainers at centre back, and I thought Bagheera was one.
Aye, so he was entertaining. Go hear that.
And he could play when he put his mind to it, and he'd pace. Bagheera, and I think I would take hats off to Amaruso. I think sometimes he'd lax because he get carried away, and he was a better player. A good player. scored the winning goal against Dundee to win as a treble, so he'll always be in my record books, ex-captain. So Amoruso and Bagheera for me. Blue Star?
Amoruso without any shadow of a doubt. You only need to go with the 3 puddle drinkers that he was up against, and all 3 said he was the classiest defender. In fact, the only thing I ever give Sutton credit for is he says he was the best defender he ever came up against. Amoruso, if he hadn't had done foot injury, guys, I'll tell you now, he'd have been even better than Gough, without a shadow of a doubt. He was a classier defender. The second one is difficult for me. I loved Big Bagheera. I thought he was, as you get the right word, he was an entertainer. But for the appearances, I think you would need to go for Weir.
All right, fair enough. What have we got then, Bridge? That's everybody.
Weir and Amoruso by a mile. Weir and Amoruso.
There we go. Right, so we're moving into a central midfielder, a sitting midfielder. George's get the 1. So your defensive midfielder, if you like. GFK.
Well, I thought we were going to do a 4-4-2. Obviously, we'll change it to 4-1-4-1. So I shuffled it a bit there. So my man in the middle there would be Ronald de Boer, mate.
But you have him sitting in front of the defence, mate.
Yeah. Because I had other players I've got playing there, mate. Because none of them could play there.
Go to your 4-4-2 then, mate. Go to your 4-4-2.
Oh, my 4-4-2... Right, it would be... 2
midfielders, your 2 midfielders.
My 2 midfielders would be Van Bronckhorst and Ronald de Boer.
All right, okay. George Logan.
I don't care what you say. My 2 midfielders would be Barry Ferguson and Arteta. Again, Barry Ferguson was in last night, but he's good enough he could play in 2 teams, so that would be my 2. Barry Ferguson and Mikel Arteta. I thought Arteta was different class.
Arteta, 1 season, where's roughly 1 and a bit seasons, maybe. Blue Star. Blue Star.
Barry Ferguson.
You got him sitting, yeah?
Yep.
That's your 1, is it?
He was your main man. He was a dictator. And you want me to give you 2, like?
Well, we sort of moved it to a wee 4-4-2 just to make it simple for us all.
Right, no bother. I'd go for him along with Gio Van Bronckhorst.
All right, okay. When did Van Bronckhorst leave us? 2001? Was it? I think it was 2001. Bridgman.
Wow. I think I really loved Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. I thought he was a fabulous player. And looking at this, I think I would need to go, based on the guys I've got now, I would just need to say Barry Ferguson and Gio Van Bronckhorst for me.
Obviously, the Africat team won the league in 2000, and then we never won the league to 2003. I thought Ferguson was superb that season. Come back to us in 2005, helped to win as a league. Robbed for the league 2008. Obviously, we all know about the Japanese tour, that club with the morals and And then, but I thought that some of the finest football we played in that decade was with Stephen Davis and Pedro Mendes.
Okay.
I thought they were just, because the two of them were football players, and I loved watching the two of them. It was a partnership that just seemed to evolve for me. Pedro wasn't there that long, but I thought they were excellent, so that would be my 2.
Yeah, good shoot.
I like Pedro Mendes myself, mate, but it'd be Barry Ferguson and Gio for me.
I would struggle to argue with that, if I'm being honest, Fox, you know.
I also like, I thought you were going to go for one. I was going to suggest Stephen, oh God, his name's out of my head now, it doesn't matter. forget it. Always injured, forgot his name there. He's away as a coach, you know. Kevin Thompson.
Oh,
Who I liked him. I thought he was hard. Just unlucky with injuries. Hard as nails, mate. Liked him. Couldn't lace Van Bronckhorst his boots back right enough, you know.
But when we spoke to him on the show, Fox, he never tried to say he could he?
No.
Can I ask a question? Did anybody ever think about Hemdani? Would Hemdani fitted in anywhere?
Aye, Brahim Mendani was a good, no.
But how you're saying Brahim Mendani? But how can you say Brahim Mendani when you can't even fit Ronald De Boer in there?
I know.
No, I'm saying that, but I've just wondered if anybody thought about him in any way, shape, or form. You know, Brahim. I thought he was a fantastic player for us.
The reason I said the 4-1-4-1 bridge because when we were going to UEFA Cup final, that's sort of the way we went with the 4-1. If it was a 4-1-4-1, Hemdani would have been my sitting midfielder because that's all he ever done was just sat, and I thought he was excellent for what he done. Again, he scored a screamer against Outlaw, and I thought he was excellent in that position. Like, we had a few boys that played in that position for his early years, Kevin Thompson, things like that, but I think Hemdani was just he was a centre half to start with, wasn't he? But when we got him for he was the Marseille captain at the time, I thought he was excellent in that position, Bridge.
But I'll tell you who else is good in that position, Fernando Rickson, that 2005 season.
That's what he would have played for me, playoffs.
What was that, mate?
He would have played for me if you were going to put Fernando Rickson in the team. It would have been a sitting midfielder for that season when we win the league that season.
He got Player of the Year or something, Scottish Player of the Year, didn't he? You know?
Mm-hmm. So for midfield, we've got Barry Ferguson and Giovanni Bronckhorst.
It's hard to argue with that. Right, so we go to the wide men. Two wide men. Blue Star.
Again, Novo, or I'm trying to work out when Neil McCann was. He was the 2000s, wasn't he?
Neil McCann left 2002, I think, was it not?
Aye.
He played against Dunfermline in the 6-1 game at Ibrox 2003, mate.
Yeah.
He brought down for the penalty.
Right, man. I'm not sure. Come back to his guys.
Fox?
Still thinking.
I go for Novo on the right and DeMarcus Beasley on the left.
Bridgeman.
I would definitely go for Novo. I think Novo was a fantastic wide man. Beasley, I was never convinced of Beasley, but he did the trick for us a lot of times, to be honest. I can't think past that. So let's go. I'll say what Miss Fox says. Novo and Beasley, right and left. No doubt a million will pop into my head in a minute.
I'll go with Novo and McCann then. There you go. Novo and McCann.
You've changed my mind already.
KFK.
McCann and Lovenkrands.
Yeah,
Lovenkrands. Oh, good shout, mate.
Great shout. Yeah, how many times can you change your mind? This.
You're right, Alex. You're right. McCann get pulled in for a penalty, Dunfermline game, but I thought Neil McCann was a cracking player for us, and there's not much you can say about Peter Lovenkrands apart from, what a player, man. Loved him. Great performer. Done well for us. Scored a lot of great important goals. Cup finals.
182 appearances, Jimmy.
Aye.
Lovenkrands, aye.
Loved him. Great.
He was a smashing player.
Oh, he was a great player.
He was indeed, yeah. I mean, I couldn't even think his name until you mentioned it.
What a
just
player.
when they come in. Brilliant.
George?
Yeah, to be honest, I would probably have went with Neil McCann and Lovenkrands as well. But, I mean, you could have probably played, when you call him Ronald De Boer out there as well. I mean, we had a few guys that played out there, but probably two for me, and that probably around that time would probably been McCann and Lovenkrands.
Yeah.
Or Hamid Namuchi, there's another one. Hamid
Okay,
Namuchi. He was terrible.
Aye. Aye, some good players there. Aye. So who we got the two wide men then, Bridge?
Up to now, you've got McCann, three votes for McCann, and we've got 2 each for Lovenkrands and Noble.
All right. You went yet, Blue Star?
I would go for Lovenkrands and McCann.
Okay, that's it.
McCann for crossing the ball. I thought his crossing ability was he put it right on their heads. He was incredible. And
So that's 4-3.
Lovenkrands scored a lot of goals as well, coming in for the side, you know. I would go for the two.
So McCann on the left, Lovenkrands on the right, or vice versa? Does it matter?
Trouble is, I can't remember Lovenkrands playing much on the right. He always came for the left.
The left, yeah.
Okay.
I'm being honest here. But there we go, that's for two wide men. So we're moving on to the centre forwards. George Logan.
Sorry, Alex, you broke up there. What was that?
Moving on to the centre forwards.
Centre forward, yeah. I mean, it's just you could actually name every single one of them. But between, for example, Shota Arveladze, Dado Passo, Nacho Novo, I loved Claudio Caniggia. I mean, for me up front, my two up front would be it'd probably Claudio Caniggia and Big Dado Passo. That'd be my two favourites for being up front at about that time, like.
Oh, we could put Caniggia on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And what about Shota Arveladze?
Yep.
What a player he was. My centre forwards. How can you leave out Boyd with all 8 goals?
I know. And Miller, I know.
How can you leave out Miller? But if I was picking centre forward, if I was picking them, I would need to put in Big Purcell.
Yeah. 2
seasons with what a player, what an intelligent player. And another good one was that boy Jelavic. But I just think centre forward's about scoring goals, so on Boyd plays. Even though he's a football player, he's not in the same class as some of these people, but you can't take his goals away from him. JFK.
Sorry, Oxted, did you say Purcell and Boyd?
Aye. JFK.
Well, Dado Purcell definitely, and my second choice you might think, well, he only played for us for 3 seasons, and for me, he scored 56 goals as Rod Wallace.
Rod Wallace. Mm-hmm.
He left in 2000. He played in 2001, 2002 season. So, but I thought he was a cracking player. I know Nacho's no there, Caniggia's no there, but Kenny Miller and Boydie. But I just thought that was my 2 favourites then.
All right. We've been joined by the Global Ambassador, even Mr. Global Ambassador.
Good evening. Rod Wallace is the centre forward for me.
Thinking about it is, I don't know if I see him as a 2000 player. All his damage was done in the 98 and 99 seasons.
But that was
still there?
That's the same as Giovanni Van Bronckhorst time, isn't it?
As a bit,
I mean, if you can't
you're allowed to, if they played in that era, you're allowed to pick them.
Yeah. So well, mine's is Rod Wallace.
Cheers, Jimmy. Rod Wallace was dynamite, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought so. Aye.
I don't think Purcell was really a centre forward, was he? He was a handy big player, but I don't think he was a centre forward. I mean, a centre forward was there, Chris Boyd, just for sheer goals. A Rod Wallace for goals. I just liked the wee fella in the middle of the park there. You had Billy Dodds that dropped in and out for him as well under Advocat. I wouldn't put him in the team, I'm just saying, but I think Rod Wallace was a wee dynamo, a great wee player for us.
A free transfer.
I believe he's still playing down in London, isn't he? He's still playing, kicks the ball about for a kind of semi-amateur team or something.
As far as I know, aye.
All right.
Canadian on the right would be a shout, right enough.
He was some player, mate. Even though we've seen him at the twilight.
He signed my mate's forehead, man, and he was saying to himself, I can remember it at the side of the West Enclosure. My mate's gassed. He says, sign my forehead. And he's like, what? And my mate's pointing to his forehead, and I can remember Canadian signing it and saying to himself, what's going on here? Sign my forehead. Yeah, that's that Buckfast for you.
That is that Buckfast for you, big man.
I'm thinking in Purzo and Daniel Kuzan. That's what I'm thinking. But I think Caniggia's.
You'd be going with Darcival.
Well, I think in Darcival as well, but I don't think he was as good as Caniggia. And I love Kuzan. I like the style of Kuzan. I like Purzo. They were warriors. I like to see big fellas up front getting in there.
Could I just interject, because I need to go? I just wanted to put wee Rod in there. I didn't want him to get forgotten. But I think any team in that period has to have the one and only Nacho Novo for the all round, for everything he gives us. Goals, play, coming off as super sub. The wee man's head never ever went down, and he's a real ambassador to the game. Yeah, I met him once before he was. Before we really held him on such high esteem, and he was a wee gentleman then. I could hardly understand him, and I don't think he could understand me, but I think we both got the message, and I could see in his eyes then. He was only at Rangers a wee while that he had a real love, desire and passion for a club, and I think that's the type of guy that we're lacking in the team at the moment, if that makes sense, and I would like to see him put in the team. So McCann was great in that, but he's still one of them. I'd swap out McCann and I'd put in me Novo for everything he offers.
Does the casting vote for the global ambassador get Mr. Novo in the team, Bridge?
Novo, where am I with Novo? Numbers. For God's sake, where are you, Alec Brown? Come. Novo had 2 and McCann had 4 votes.
I've no went yet.
No, I'm saying this is about previous. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Novo was given.
Come on, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Whoa. Novo was given 2 votes, and McCann was given 4 votes.
Right. So who was the 2 white men? Lovenkrantz.
McCann and Lovenkrantz, and Lovenkrantz was given 3 votes. So if you add a big Al's into it, it'd be Novo and Lovenkrantz would have 3 each.
All right. We'll go to Blue Star for the centre forwards, and we'll ask the lobby. Nacho Novo, N for Nacho, or L for Lovenkrantz?
Simply for goals scored, Ox, I would need to go for Purzo and Boyd.
I mean, Boyd. I mean, you're talking about football players. Boyd's not the same class as Darcival and maybe even Kuzan. Right. Good night, big man.
No, you're right, Ox. Class-wise, no. But for sheer volume of goals, even Purzo is, as Thingby said, he was a big warrior, but he also scored quite a few goals for the time that he was there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Avalazzi was also good during that.
So he was, yeah.
That period as well, you know.
Definitely.
Fox, your 2 strikers.
Hard to leave out Chris Boyd in it for the goals he scored, but Avalazzi in the left, and oh God, I was going to put in De Boer on the left, but Avalazzi, I think, and Chris Boyd for me.
There we go. Is that everybody double strikers?
Yeah.
Right.
You've got Purzo, got 4 votes. Caniggia and Boyd have got 3 votes each.
Who voted for Caniggia? I thought we were voting for them for the wide positions. Anybody vote for Caniggia through the middle?
I took Caniggia and Purzo. I think George
Purzo as well.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody else, Caniggia?
There was 3 votes for Caniggia. Did you know? You picked Boyd, didn't you? Purzo and Boyd you took. Yeah.
Boyd and Purzo.
There was somebody else shouted Caniggia. That's why I've got 3 down here. So
somebody else, next time we do this, somebody else will take a pencil. We've only got 1 pencil, so we need to pass it around. So what about the strikers?
But as the strikers we're talking about,
how many did Boyd get?
Boyd got 3.
Caniggia?
3 votes, and Purzo and Caniggia got 3.
Right, so we need to go to the lobby then.
It's Caniggia, between Caniggia and Boyd.
Right, Caniggia is the striker.
I didn't see that.
First goal scored, no chance.
There was only 2 people mentioned Caniggia Bridge.
Well, let's go there. Let's put it then, all right.
All right.
So it's Boyd and Purzo.
Boyd and Purzo. Right, so what's our team?
The team is Kloss, Rickson, Weir, Amoruso and Newman. McCann, Barry Ferguson, Gio van Bronckhorst and Peter Lovenkrands. And Purzo and Boyd. Chris Boyd.
How many goals did Boyd score in that team, Fox?
Quite a lot, mate, I would think. But he was a great man for taking his chances back then. You can't take that. He wasn't the greatest football player, as we all know. But put a ball in front of him, in front of goal, mate, he knew where to put it.
Can I argue with that, George?
No, you can't. I mean, if you're... I would have said Caniggia as a striker, because that's the kind of guy I thought he was. I thought he was excellent up top. I wouldn't have seen him as a winger, to be honest. But if you were saying that, Caniggia can't be a striker, my second choice would have been Big Jelavic. I thought he was different class. I mean, some of the goals he scored, the one against Aberdeen, and some of the goals he scored for was unbelievable. Big Boyd scored some great goals for us as well. Never really played in any big games, if we're completely honest about it. I mean, for people talking about you've got to score goals to be a striker, Big Boyd never scored in many big games. I think he scored one against that lot. I don't think he scored that many goals in Europe for us as well. But Big Purcell was he was a battering ram. He was different class, even another level for anybody we had around about that time of year, to be honest.
How many goals did Avaledzi get, Blue Star?
I don't know. I've put it away then, mate.
Right, never.
He was the top goal scorer in Ajax when we signed him, wasn't he?
57. 132 appearances and 57 goals.
Jimmy, as a matter of interest, how many did Jelavic get for us? He must have got a few. I never even thought of him, guys. Jelavic.
I've not even got Jelavic here.
Good, I'll get it for you, JFK.
Jelavic is one of the guys that he used to pull us out all the time. He played, didn't he, Ken?
He did, George. He really did.
And that overhead kick up against Aberdeen was just in another level. He had no right to score that goal. I mean, it was unbelievable. I think he
scored a lot of winners.
By the way, 36 goals in 55 games.
Aye, I forgot all about him, Oxy. And most of them, I guarantee you, most of them were all winners too.
Could you say that again, Oxtair?
55 games, 36 goals.
Jelavic?
Yeah.
Aye.
Wow. Brilliant. I thought he was a quality player, Quality player.
Oh, he was.
Aye, definitely.
Chris Boyd, 234 games, 55 is sub. He scored 138 goals, 20 penalties.
He was a machine, wasn't he? He was a machine at times.
Can't argue with that.
Michael Mole's another, isn't it? 147 appearances, 48 goals.
Yeah.
He could turn a tanner, couldn't he? My goodness gracious.
His turning was amazing.
Turning a tanner.
I just think he was one of the unluckiest with injury, mate. I think the fans get up there. Somebody with special moles.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
John Claude Dashville's another one. I ken somebody did mention him, but he played a few games for us as well. I think it was 2 seasons he was with us, but he played a lot of games in the 2 seasons. I can't just say about him playing the night, only played 190 minutes for us, Ox, but
that was some stat, mate. I couldn't believe that, George.
I couldn't believe that either. I've never believed that until you tell me. But he played a lot of good games for us and scored a lot of winning goals for us, kind of the one out in Lisbon and scored another one in the Hingwees, and then I think he scored the penalty as well for us to get us through to the cup, the final as well. So he scored some goals for us, a big fella.
I saw about competition.
I watched the game the other day, and I can't even remember if it was for you, Ken, better than me, but we had a boy on loan for, was it Fulham? Fabrice Fernandez or something. Was it? Or Southampton we have on loan for Oxney. He scored an absolute screamer of a goal. Took the ball for something to put the ball right in the back of the poke. I can never remember him playing
against Motherwell.
Was it against Motherwell? Was it? I just seen the game the other day, and I can't actually ever remember that guy playing me. Was that in the 90s, Ox? No, the early 2000s, I think it maybe was.
2000s, aye.
Aye, what a screaming a goal, the boy. And I can never ever remember him playing.
I don't think he done anything after that.
I think we had him on loan for Southampton or something, Ox. Is that right?
I think Walter. It might have been McGlenn. I couldn't put my... What would he state my house
before LeGlenn. It was definitely before LeGlenn. I think it was either the late 90s or early 2000s. Dick Advocat must have been the manager. I'm sure he must have been. And I'm sure we got him on loan. I can never ever mind him playing with Rangers. Like, I can never ever mind it. I was just seen the game the other day and heard him talking about it.
Right. We'll pick the team 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and 90s. 5 teams we've picked. We'll not name them all, but great fun. Let's be the best team, just quickly. Bit of fun. Fox.
God, that's a hard one to ask. I don't think anybody would have picked the same teams as we would have, but no. I liked Advocates' teams, mate. I thought they played the best football and the most balanced teams that we had through all that time.
When we've done the 90s team.
I know, but I'm just saying, out of that time.
Was there only one Advocate player in it?
Aye, I know, but out of all the managers and teams that we had a look at, mate, I think Advocates sort of Orange Revolution was the best football we've seen at Ibrox. That's just my opinion.
But Ox, for me, that I think it was for about two and a half seasons under Advocate. I genuinely believe we had the best midfield in the whole of Britain. Even for the subs, we had guys like Tugai and Reina and everything. Oh, we had brilliant midfielders under Advocate, absolute brilliant. And as Fox says, we had a great balance to it, you know. They just moved like a machine. They were brilliant.
So you're saying the sort of 90s, 2000s teams were the best teams we've done?
Well, just for, I think we're movement at that time, and Fox got a great word there, the balance. They all seem to know their jobs. Nobody interfered with anybody else, and they were all great in their positions. And as I say, even the subs that we had for midfielders, you look back at some of these subs and you say, if they'd been playing it in any other era, they did hundreds of games for us. But they could hardly get as many games because of the performances that the top 5 or 6 were putting in, week out. I thought we were brilliant then.
The 9 in a row years, the 90s, that was a roller coaster. The football we played was. We went to Ibrox and we went to Pittodrie, we went to Pedodome expecting to win.
You knew you were winning, didn't you?
Because we knew we were winning, and that was a great time to be a Jersman.
Yeah.
It's a great time to be a Jersman any time, but that for me was. The football, some of the football we played was fantastic. You know, to be able to say that I've lived through the 9 in a row is absolutely fantastic. So, but the 90s for me, mate. Start with the 9 in a row through right through the 97 when we obviously lost it.
All right, Bridgeman.
I would go for the noughties. Advocates teams, fantastic. Yeah. Football was wonderful. Obviously, technology was better. Footballs. Better players, better strips, all that nonsense, you know. But my goodness gracious, they could play football. Fabulous.
And I'm only gone, only because my father would tell me I would have to wait for the team in the 60s. There you go.
Yeah. Well, it was a formidable outfit, a formidable team, I'll tell you.
On you go, Bridge. Last word of the evening.
Oh, can I just say a wonderful night again tonight, guys. I missed a couple of shouts in the lobby there, so apologies to Jeff G and Barry Gerard. I do apologise, pal, for missing them out. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.
Can I thank yourself, Bridge, Fox, George Logan, JFK, Blue Shadow, and of course Blue Star, Big Al, the Global Ambassador. And we've had a couple of people try to phone in this evening, but if you've withheld your number, we can't let you on. Thanks for joining us here at Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Fox.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white from the day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too had a lad, I would show him the way as he did on that day. And so now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. When I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the jurors, my father and son. And it's sure safe to say at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.